Relationship between husband and wife is psychological. One is psycho, the other is logical. Please don't try to figure out who is who.
I went to the doctor and I said, "Doctor, my bottom hurts." He said, "Can you tell me exactly where it hurts?" I said, "Right around the entrance. It's really sore." And he said, "My advice is that for as long as you call that the entrance, it'll hurt."
If there's something that turns you on, if there's something that gets you excited, something that really gets you hot, makes you nasty, how about filling us in as to what the fuck it is? Tell us! We'll do it! If we know what it is!
I do is any information I get, I store in my wife's brain. When I need that info, I pull that info down. I basically use my wife as the cloud. I can't eat at a restaurant without looking at her going, "Do I like the Caesar salad here?" "No, it's too anchovy." "Okay, I just need the info, not the tone. Thank you." Sometimes there's glitches in the system. "Hey, where do we keep the can opener?" "Where it always is." Then I have to redo my search. "Where do we always keep the can opener?"
A female is designed by God to receive. And whatever she receives, she incubates, multiplies it, and gives it back to the male. She was built to do that. So whatever you give a woman, she'll receive it, multiply it, and give it back to you. Whatever you give a woman, are you listening, brothers? She'll never give you back what you gave her. She'll multiply it first. She's designed that way. If you give a woman a sperm, you'll never get a sperm back. She'll multiply it and give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll multiply it and give you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. If you give her frustration, she'll multiply it. Yeah.
To be in the mood, okay? Man, we just have to be in the woman. There's nothing on me that would change my wife's mood. Nothing. The other night my wife was like, "I'm not in the mood." I was like, "Yeah? I have just the thing to change that." You know what she said to me? She said, "Get that thing out of my face." Now, no man in the history of mankind has ever been presented with a vagina and then said the words, "Get that thing out of my face." Also, because the vagina is not a thing, it's a place. Remember that next time you're playing 20 questions and that's your secret word. Is it a person? No. Is it a thing? Mm-mm. It's a place? Yep. I'll give you a hint. It's the happiest place on earth. Is it Disneyland? No, but like Disneyland, it's going to cost you to get in there. And, yeah, and then you wait forever to get on the ride, and it's over in 2 seconds. It's not worth it.
Why'd you order that for?
Because I wanted to stay.
I've got a big piece of meat for you.
No, you don't.
What?
I currently have for sale one wife, slightly used, 1968 model. It needs a muffler, as it's very loud, and its intake valve is stuck in an open position. It's going to need rewiring, as many of the wires are currently crossed. Got lots of little dings in the body which have been covered up with too much paint and a failed effort to camouflage them. Rear end needs a major overhaul, as there is a crack that has grown quite large over the years. Needs reupholstering, as its carpets have turned a dingy gray. Needs a little bit of front end work, as the headlights are too close to the ground and the fenders are way too far apart. It may not pass an emissions test, as it currently produces foul clouds of malodorous gas on a regular basis. The heater works great, and hot air is never in short supply. Asking $500 cash or trade on a newer model.
My wife is so paranoid, she can't have an orgasm unless the door is locked. I was like, come on, let me in.
Women want the truth, but then when the truth is something you don't want, we have the problem. No, it can't work that way. Like my wife keeps giving me pop quizzes, and she don't like that I'm brutally honest. She came home the other night, she goes, "Can I ask you a question? And can you answer it truthfully without worrying about my reaction?" "Yeah, I can't wait." She goes, "I'm going to ask you, and I want you to answer quickly so I know your answer is the truth." I said, "Go ahead." "Am I your best friend?" "No." She goes, "I'm not your best friend." "No, you're not even 8th on the list." Stupid question. Cheers, how come? Give me a reason. I'll give you a couple of reasons. I like fishing, you think fish smell. I like hunting, you think it's cruelty to animals. I like golf, you think it's for old people. I like baseball, you think it's slow. I like basketball, you think it's fast. I like football, you don't understand the rules. I like playing video games, you think they're made for kids, and you don't even watch porn. How the fuck are you my best friend? We have nothing in common. Because we have 2 kids. That should have been your first clue. I would have never got my best friend pregnant. That's stupid.
Me and my wife have been married 35 years, and I never let her look in the safe. But last week when I went to market, she looked in the safe, and when I got back, Jethro, she said, I've looked in the safe. I said, I told you not to look in there. She says, there's 40,000 pounds in there in cash and 3 eggs. She said, what's the eggs doing? I said, well, I'll be honest. I said, every time I've shagged somebody else's wife, I put an egg in the safe. She said, well, that's not bad in 35 years, is it? I said, no, but when I get a dozen, I sell them, and that's where the money comes.
I always carry a picture of my wife in my wallet. It reminds me of why there is no fucking money in there.
Women text differently. Like when men text something, it's just a couple of words, send. That's all I had to say. I have nothing left out of them. I'm tapped out right now. When I get another thought, I will send that out to you. But right now, just a couple of crickets playing racquetball up there. This is my text to her, right here. Hello, my darling. How you doing today? Send. And that's when the floodgates open. Now I'm going to read you her response. Good, I'm just so tired. Went to chiropractor. I'm super tight through shoulders and mid-back, so I loosened that up. He said, it sounds like my brain isn't shutting off for some reason. I asked him if it would be from playing electronic games before bed. He said, probably so. He said, try that, have a sip of wine before bed. If I don't sleep good the next week, come back and try acupuncture. Smiley face, I'm feeling very draggy, but still is Jack and Stacey, so it could be in the air. Have Jackson played Xbox before bed, so he could have the same issues. So I text back, okay.
This guy is dining alone in a fancy restaurant, and there's a beautiful redhead sitting at the next table. He's been sneakily checking her out ever since he arrived, but doesn't have the courage to start talking to her. Suddenly she sneezes, and her glass eye comes flying out of its socket toward the man. His reflexes kick in, and he reaches out, plucks it out of the air, and hands it back to her. The redhead is mortified. "Oh my, I am so sorry," she says, as she pops her eye back into place. "Let me buy your dinner to make it up to you." So he joins her table, and they enjoy a wonderful meal together. Afterwards, they go to the theater, followed by drinks at a bar. They talk, they laugh. She shares her deepest dreams, and he shares his. She listens. After paying for everything, she asks him if he would like to come to her place for a nightcap. He says yes, and they return to her place. He ends up staying the night. The next morning, she cooks a gourmet meal with all the trimmings. The guy is amazed at how everything has been so perfect and how incredible this woman is. He can't believe his luck. "You know," he said, "you are the perfect woman. Are you this nice to every guy you meet?" "No," she replies. "You just happen to catch my eye."
Oh my God. That's such a shame.
An 85-year-old man was requested by his doctor for a sperm count as part of his physical examination. The doctor gave the man a jar and said, "Take this jar home and bring back a semen sample tomorrow." The next day, the 85-year-old man reappeared at the doctor's office and gave him the jar, which was as clean and empty as on the previous day. The doctor asked, "What happened?" And the man explained, "Well, doc, it's like this. First I tried with my right hand, but nothing. Then I tried with my left hand, but still nothing. Then I asked my wife for help. She tried with her right hand, then with her left, still nothing. She tried with her mouth, first with the teeth in, then with her teeth out, still nothing. We even called up Arlene, the lady next door, and she tried too, first with both hands, then an armpit, and she even tried squeezing it between her knees, but still nothing." The doctor was shocked. "You asked your neighbor?" The old man replied, "Yep, none of us could get the jar open."
What are you thinking?
What everyone else is thinking, right? Oh God.